Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Melva Black, Deputy Director for the Health Department. We are so very appreciative for all of you gathering today to celebrate with us. There are a few acknowledgments I need to make before I proceed with my opening remarks. And I would like to recognize and thank our board chair, Chairwoman Tanae Franklin, who is in the room. If you will, please wave your hand so they can please see you. Would like to thank our chairwoman and the board members for their continuous support of the department and the service our staff make to citizens in Nashville, Davidson County. To Dr. Angela Miller, Deputy Director for Child Health at the Tennessee Department of Health, is also joining us today. Our state colleagues have been and continue to be amazing supporters of the great work being done in metropolitan Nashville. And we are so pleased to have you here with us. If Dr. Miller is here, would you please wave your hand? There she is. I have not seen this young man, but to Mark Yancey, Chief Executive Officer of Nashville Health, and Dr. Kimberly Weich, Assistant Professor at Meharry Medical College's Department of Pediatrics. I saw Dr. Weich, there she is. And Connect Us Health Chief Executive Officers, Ms. Carolyn Portis Jenkins and Ms. Suzanne Hurley. If you are here, please wave your hands. Yeah, there they are on the front row. We do have Councilwoman Jenny Welch with us. If you would please wave your hand. There she is in the back of the room. And I'd like to acknowledge any other elected officials. If I have not called your name, if you are here, please just want to acknowledge you. All right. So for Nashville Health, Meharry Medical College, Connect Us Health, and all of you in this room, do know that you are working in some capacity, big or small, as collaborative partners, collectively supporting healthy families. Thank you seems way too insignificant of a word to express our gratitude for your presence. Do know we are thrilled you made time to join in this celebration with us. So thank you once again for all of you who have come today. Please give them a round of applause. Now, I've been tasked with offering words of welcome, and admittedly, I used to poo-poo on the idea of welcome addresses. But I'm reminded of my 5-year-old self sitting in my grandmother's kitchen in North Carolina and hearing her repeatedly welcome guests into her home, saying, "Come on in her most southern way. Guests would enter excited and comforted by her welcome invitation. I tell that story in hopes that you will come on in and feel welcomed and comforted, not just today, but anytime you have need of the health department services. As many of you know, we've invited you here today because this occasion is another peak experience for our organization. Our Nashville Strong Babies staff has been working tirelessly to ensure prevention efforts for children and families are available, so opportunities to live long, healthy lives is achievable. We started this work 5 years ago in 7 zip code areas across this county, opening literal and imaginary doors, inviting families to do what? Come on in. The experiences have been overwhelmingly favorable. We've moved the needle forward, providing education and other support services for expecting and parenting mothers and fathers. What I love the most is families have a greater chance at living lives they may not have either imagined or even had opportunity to live 5 years ago. This is real, not imaginary, game changer. We are witnessing the evidence of the health department's vision, people creating healthy conditions everywhere. We are keeping the doors open for anyone to do what? Come on in. Today, you will hear from the mayor, who will share more about the significance of Nashville Strong Babies to our city, the program's expansion and impact. Then you'll hear from Nashville Strong Baby participant Indigo Harris, and we will showcase our video that includes participants' voices sharing their lived experiences. I think you will hear, see, and experience that the health department is a family full of highly passionate souls, always ready, willing, and serving to make meaningful change. So come on in, even kick off your shoes, and sit a spell. You are welcome. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Black, Chair Franklin, thank you for welcoming not just me, but this incredible group of partners, providers, and I think what we see in this room, what I think you're going to experience today, is indicative of the partnerships that you heard from Dr. Black that matter so much, but this isn't names on paper or programs. I mean, this is really people working hard who care about what we're doing and why. And before I dig into some of the formal details of the announcement today, and I think this really matters, I want to just kind of talk about why today's announcement is one of the most important things I will do today and this week and this month and this term, because we expect Nashville to be a place where everybody thrives. We would love for people who choose to live in this city, whether they are born here or move here, to actually outperform in terms of life expectancy, prosperity, health security, food security, because of their choice to be in Nashville. And that is the goal. And it all starts with mothers and new families and strong babies. And so as we think about that broader goal, it's why this matters. Last year's Metro Social Services Community Needs Evaluation focused on the needs of seniors in our community, and we know that those needs actually start at the beginning of life, and our goal is to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to thrive from day one, and that is what today is about. So thank you for joining us today, and thank you to the leadership at our Metro Public Health Department for their work. And what I think today is a celebration of great news. We know we have care coordinators, managers, nurses, and other personnel working with families every day to ensure that more babies in Nashville are reaching their first birthday. They have already been doing tremendous work through the Nashville Strong Babies program, and what's happening today is they're going to be able to support more families and neighborhoods in Nashville than ever before. In 2019, the Nashville Strong Babies program started with a goal of reducing infant mortality in areas of town where it was highest. And coming back to that fact, we wanted more babies to live to celebrate their first birthday. To do this, Nashville Strong Babies pairs residents who are pregnant or who have recently delivered with an experienced care manager who provides personalized attention during pregnancy and throughout the baby's first year and a half of life. And that is so important because people need to feel seen and heard when they're going through pregnancy and while they're caring for a new infant. And as a father twice over myself, I can speak from firsthand experience and watching both of our girls and their mother and myself as a father. There are challenges, especially in that first year of life. This program is aligned with the federal Healthy Start program, whose purpose is to improve health outcomes before, during, and after pregnancy, and reduce racial and ethnic differences in rates of infant death and adverse outcomes for new and expecting mothers. And this is also when we get the opportunity to systematically drive down adverse childhood experiences, which is another way that we know the city is helping people thrive. Now today, the exciting part is we're announcing a major expansion of the Nashville Strong Babies program through Nashville's competitive selection as a federally funded Healthy Start city. And I'm going to share some more details about our ability to compete to make ourselves more successful as a city on a variety of fronts that are all related. But the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and its Health Resources and Services Administration, the HRSA, is awarding the Metro Public Health Department $5.5 million to expand maternal health and infant care services for eligible Davidson County families through our perinatal health program, Nashville Strong Babies. This is great news for so many households in our city, and I want to congratulate the Nashville Strong Babies team for making it happen. As I mentioned, this program launched 5 years ago, and it was providing tiered case management services for pregnant, postpartum, and parenting families living in those zip codes in Davidson that you heard about. The zone included neighborhoods in 37207, 37208, 37210, 37216, 37115, 37218, and 37221. And those are numbers, but those are parts of the city where people live, and it's why those become so much more than numbers. They're geographic regions, but they're ways that we need to reflect on where people might be struggling and what it might be about why those zip codes are related to their lives. But here's the good news. The new federal grant from HRSA now allows us to expand our service area from those 7 zip codes to the entire county. Anyone is eligible for these services as long as they live in Nashville and Davidson County. And it's important for us to share how people access these resources. It's actually one of the reasons why in my State of Metro address this year, I spent an entire part of the remarks cataloging some of the important things, because for people to be able to access this important work, these incredibly important resources, they have to know how to do it. So here is maybe the most important part of the announcement today. You can reach the Nashville Strong Babies team through the Health Department's central referral system at 615-880-2187 or online at nashvillestrongbabies.com. So if you are here today and you are not part of the team, help us spread the word about this important work. Nashville Strong Babies offers care coordination to each participant, ensuring they're able to make it to pre-birth appointments and have a trusted confidant to discuss thoughts and feelings during pregnancy. After birth, support continues through monthly check-ins with the new parents' care coordinator focused on the health of the mother and the new baby. Fathers and male parents also receive support and assistance, and this is so important too, because there is nothing like the bond between mother and child, but fathers are a key part of early care. There are no income requirements. Any Davidson County family who is expecting a child, recently delivered, parenting a child up to 18 months of age is eligible for support services. They receive personal attention, pregnancy and parenting resources, and that can include diapers, car seats, pack and plays, reading books, enrollment assistance and other programs, transportation support, and more. Healthy babies begin with healthy moms. Every mother deserves access to quality care and support. A safe and healthy pregnancy shouldn't depend on where you live or what language you speak at home. It certainly shouldn't depend on the color of your skin. Unfortunately, according to Health and Human Services, African Americans have 2.4 times the infant mortality rate as non-Hispanic whites. African American infants are almost 4 times as likely to die from complications related to low birth weight as compared to non-Hispanic white infants. In 2020, African American mothers were twice as likely to receive late or no prenatal care as compared to non-Hispanic white mothers. Although maternal mortality has fallen globally, the maternal mortality rate in the United States increased between 50 and 70% over the past 20 years, and the rate of severe maternal morbidity has doubled. Black mothers are more than twice as likely to die in childbirth or experience severe maternal morbidity than white or Hispanic mothers. And that is, again, why today's announcement matters. We are trying to address health inequity as we help people thrive. We want to encourage system-level changes needed to ensure equitable access to quality maternal health care. Equitable and quality maternal health care will help more babies reach their first birthday and ensure that infants of color no longer die at a higher rate than their white peers. In support of those goals, programs like Nashville Strong Babies are making a difference. I want to share how important this is. This is not all bad news. Since its inception, Nashville Strong Babies has already supported more than 1,300 families with 100% maternal vitality and a 5% reduction in African American infant deaths in neighborhoods across the existing service area. The Nashville Strong Babies program's doula-supported pregnancies have a 95% healthy birth weight outcome. We have seen a notable increase in women, infants, and children participation, WIC, during the 5-year span of the Nashville Strong Babies program. We've gone from the 13,000 to 14,000 per month range in 2019 to between 17,000 and 18,000 as of May of this year. We are making progress, and today's announcement means we will make even more progress even more quickly. We're encouraged by these numbers, and we are so proud of the Nashville Strong Babies program. And yet, today's announcement is also a reminder there's more work to be done. While we were making improvements in maternal and infant health over the past decade, our overall perinatal health worsened during the pandemic. And in Nashville, striking racial disparities still persist. It's important to acknowledge that. You're going to hear from Deanna Allen-Robb of the Metro Public Health Department shortly. When she introduced the Nashville Strong Babies program to the community 5 years ago, she also reminded us of some of these challenges. Nashville loses a kindergarten class of babies every single year. Every 5 days, a family is watching their child take their last breath and then having to think about burying them. In the Napier and Sudicum neighborhoods and areas like them, 1 out of every 2 babies, especially those from African American families, will not live to see their first birthday. And today's announcement helps us achieve the goal where your zip code shouldn't determine if your child sees that first birthday. Babies dying before their first birthday reflects overall community well-being and the structural inequities I'm talking about more than the quality of available health services. Most infant deaths in Nashville are due to babies being born too soon, as preterm, too small, meaning low birth weight, or being placed in unsafe sleeping conditions. Most of these deaths are preventable. The situations that attribute to these outcomes are things that we can change and improve. We can work to improve family health before pregnancy. We can improve health systems to be more equitable and provide high quality care to everyone. We can improve the social and economic landscape of every neighborhood so the most fragile residents can benefit and be well cared for from the start. Think about sleep-related infant deaths just as one example. These account for approximately 30% of infant deaths. They are preventable by ensuring that every infant has a safe sleep environment. Those in which infants sleep on their backs in their own crib without soft items that could cause suffocation and in housing that is not overcrowded. We know the lack of affordable housing for families with infants is a significant contributor to sleep-related infant deaths. And so this is where today's announcement joins some other recent exciting announcements because we are trying to address cost of living and quality of life at the same time. And in the past week, we had a couple of announcements that help us address that. The White House and Housing and Urban Development announced that Nashville is among the first communities in the nation to receive funding from its inaugural Pathways to Remove Obstacles to Housing, the Pro-Housing Program. Nashville is getting $5 million for that program to identify and remove barriers to affordable housing production, preservation, and to lower housing costs. Just as Metro Public Health Department is exhibiting leadership and helping us be more competitive, our incredible housing division at the Metro Planning Department is doing the same thing. As another example of their work, and work that I got to work on when I was still on the Metro Council, with leadership there, with colleagues, and again, the housing division. Last week, we also announced the launch of the Nashville Catalyst Fund. It's a new partnership between Metro Nashville, the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, and funding partners led by First Horizon Bank and joined by Vanderbilt University. It's going to provide fast and flexible loans to help preserve affordability for rental homes that would otherwise be lost to the market, as well as to increase affordable housing production in Nashville. So over 10 years, we think that the fund will accelerate preservation or creation of at least 3,000 affordable places to live for Nashville residents across as many as 75 projects. So again, I know this is numbers, $5 million, another $5.5 million, a catalyst fund with $75 million, zip codes. But ultimately, these are investments in people. They are investments in the opportunities for people in Nashville to thrive. And I know how much it matters because for the past 17 years, my family and I, where we have raised our two daughters, have lived in the 37208 zip codes, one of the targeted areas served by Nashville Strong Babies when it launched. It's where we have chosen to raise our family, and I have seen firsthand the costs of the opportunity gap. We know that 37208 is also an area that has been a place with food insecurity, with high blood pressure, and most of the things that are in that opportunity gap, including past incarceration, have a racial dimension to them. And we are trying to be intentional about repairing past harms. It's through programs like Nashville Strong Babies that we can change the story of some of these past harms, neighborhoods that tell an amazing story of moving from tragedy to triumph and converting from resiliency to renewal. We want to tell different stories than the ones that we know about infant mortality and incarceration rates. But to give that different story a chance, we need to focus on these first moments. Our earliest experiences have lifelong consequences. Exposure to chronic stressors at a very young age leads to physical, cognitive, and emotional health problems that can be costly for families and for taxpayers as well. That's why, as mayor, I and our team in the mayor's office are committed to elevating the work of Metro Public Health Department and Nashville Strong Babies as they expand perinatal health services to all Davidson County residents beyond their initial focus areas. We have made improvements and are excited to expand the reach of this program and its vital work. You can already tell from the work that's been done in the past 5 years, it's working, and so being able to expand what works is incredibly exciting. Thanks again to all of our speakers, to our leadership here at the department, to all of the partners and providers in this room, and everybody who's here this morning. Dr. Black told you we're going to get to hear from mothers who have either been through the Strong Babies program or going through it right now, and I'm eager to hear their stories and see this video. Thank you so much for letting me come on in.
Hello, I'm Angela Williams, the Program Manager of Nashville Strong Babies. Nashville Strong Babies connects you to a community of care support providers. You'll have a care manager. If you want a doula, you'll have access to a doula. You'll have access to pediatricians and OB practitioners that will usher you along throughout your prenatal and postpartum process. Families who participate in Nashville Strong Babies come from all walks of life. We have families who are accomplished attorneys and professionals. We have families who mom is a homemaker. We have families of all social and economic statuses that we support. You'll have support throughout that whole process, and you'll be a part of a growing community that wants to promote maternal and infant health as well as family health.
Hello, I'm Cortessa Bryan, and I was introduced to Nashville Strong Babies with the birth of my fourth child 13 years after I had my other children. I was what they considered of an advanced maternal age, 38 years old. I didn't think was that old, but when I was introduced to the program, my caseworker was Crystal, and she was great. She not only followed me through my pregnancy and birth, but she was like a confidant, someone that I could talk to when everything was, she just checked on me. And I feel like Nashville Strong Babies are able to produce strong babies because they help build strong moms. There were so many services and things that were provided for me that was just a blessing in my life. Pregnancy was a little rough because of my age. I suffered with hypertension. I had so many doctor's appointments with maternal fetal medicine and my primary care OBGYN. Like I said, it was really hard, and just that she cared about me and checked on my mental health and my well-being. I was able to care for my baby. She really seemed to care, and I appreciated that so much.
I'm Deanna. I serve as the Assistant Bureau Director for Population Health at the Metro Public Health Department. I'm also Jordan's mom. We wanted to make sure that we put new programs in place to help all babies have a better chance, and that was what birthed Nashville Strong Babies. I was also a mom who gave birth during the pandemic at a very scary time of not knowing kind of how the world was functioning or operating at that time. And I knew that if I had access to a program like Nashville Strong Babies with trusted people that I could talk to help me navigate resources and services along the way, I knew that I would have had a great birth experience. I did have a great birth experience. My daughter is now 2.5. She's a wonderful, thriving toddler here in Nashville, Davidson County. And that helps to inform how we think about the services that we provide moving forward.
My name is Antoinette Hatton. I am originally from Columbia, Tennessee. I have 2 beautiful daughters. One is 8 years old, and I now have a 2-year-old, which went through this program with me.
I met Antoinette, I believe it was shortly after you moved to Nashville, while she was pregnant with Miss Truth.
Okay. So when I found out about the program, I contacted someone with Nashville Strong Babies, and Miss Crystal immediately reached out to me. So it has been amazing since then. You know, I pretty much got all the care that I needed from birth and up. It wasn't a hard process either. It's really easy. I mean, the most that you had to do was be available to make those appointments, to make that time with the coordinator. And
you were really good at that.
Really,
so, yes.
Yeah, I didn't miss any. I didn't miss any.
Yes,
it was always rewarding, you know.
Yes.
To even see somebody that cared about the family itself, and to know that there's somebody there in your corner for the ones that don't have a lot of family and the ones that are struggling alone. That's a really good program. I'm not saying that, you know, I didn't go through some things here, but I think that this really helped the situation a lot better.
You tried just because you had a handle on things. And so I think the point of our main visits were just to be that support for you.
The support system was great. Without the program, there was a lot of days I did not know about what things were going to happen. You know, I've called you for incidents that just occurred, and you were able to get right on it. So
I was happy to be able to be there for you. Absolutely.
One of the things I really enjoyed was them having like the first birthday. I attended that. I still had the pictures from that. I attended the first birthday party that they, for them to throw a first birthday party for the kids that graduated the program was amazing. Because that was right around the time of her birthday, and I didn't know what I was going to do for that either. So to see that extra mile that they made, you know, really, it was great. I mean, I really enjoyed the thought that you guys put into the program, and hopefully was hoping that you guys could do more for anybody else that may come through it. So.
Hello, hello. I am Indigo Harris, and I'm just so happy. I'm so grateful to be here today. And I just want to say to Deanna and to the lovely women and men, where's Matt, of Nashville Strong Babies, thank you all for just everything that you do, that you've done for me, for the community. And if no one's told you all today, you are valuable, you are appreciated, and you all are so necessary. So about 4 summers ago, I was scrolling on Facebook, because what else is a girl to do during the pandemic? And I came across an ad for a community baby shower, and it was offering all the things, like the car seats, the diapers. I'm like, I'm going, because in that time, I didn't have any support, like no one. I'm not from here. And yes, I just didn't have the support at the time. Keep that in mind, it's at the time. So I just decided to just show up. And showing up, I never expected to meet an angel or maybe my destiny helper, and that is Miss Donna. Give it up for my Miss Donna. Give her her flowers. Thank you. And, you know, going there, I just was expecting maybe a couple of diapers, some pamphlets, but I never expected to, A, be standing here in front of you all right now, and just so many opportunities that were presented to me. And just the love that I received from them. Like, I got one-on-one support. I got my hand held through it all. I probably drove Miss Donna crazy sometimes. And just even personal things, like with my career, I was able to participate in 2 community baby showers as a vendor. They connected me to a community program where I was able to build my business for, you know, my cooking business. And I was able to go to Chicago last year at the Healthy Start convening. And it was probably one of the best times of my life, where I just saw so many people from Healthy Start just connected with their case managers, their clients. Like, the love was so real, and I learned so much. So I knew coming back to Nashville, I'm like, I want to be able to serve the way that the women at NSB do. I want to pour into women, children, families, how they do. So I'm just so happy to be here with you all, and thank you so much again.
Good morning. That was half the room, and it's standing room only. So we're going to try that again. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Deanna Allen Robb, or as you saw in the video, I'm Jordan's mom. I have the pleasure of serving as the Assistant Bureau Director for Population Health here at the Metro Health Department. I have the honor of closing today's celebration. But before I move into my official remarks, I want to acknowledge Indigo. I called Indigo yesterday afternoon. I ran to daycare to pick up my kid, and I was driving, but I was on a hands-free device talking through the car speaker. Just want to be fair about that. I called Indigo just to check in, just to make sure there wasn't anything else that she needed as she was preparing to speak today. And Indigo told me she was on the road, and I could hear that she was in the vehicle. She was driving 400 miles to return to Nashville from Florida. And I remember I said to Indigo, like, my goodness, like, it's okay if you can't make it today. There will be other opportunities. You know, we still love you, you still love us, but I do not want you to be stressed and pressing yourself trying to get back here just so that you can be back in Nashville. And Indigo's response, as Indigo's response is a lot of times, was, Deanna, I want to show up for you. I want to show up for Nashville Strong Babies. And that made me smile. But what she said next moved me. She said, and I don't just want to show up for you and for Nashville Strong Babies. I want to show up for myself, and I want to show up for my son. Because I want my son to see how important it is to show up for something that you believe in, to invest your time in something that you know works and that benefits other people. That leadership is in her. And that is what moved me and got me up this morning and got me here, and has been the most exciting thing about today, is I get to share this space and time with you, and that drive that you have as a member of this community to do something good for other people. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, so I took a little liberty with Indigo's words, though it may not have been her exact words, but fair enough. You did that. Pretty close. Pretty close. The impact, though, was still the same. I'm reminded it's worth showing up for something that you believe in, investing in what you know works, and seeing the benefits for other people. We know that we get strong babies, babies that are born, healthy birth weights, and full gestation when we have strong moms. We get strong moms. Those are birthing people that are supported, that they are equipped with the knowledge and skills that they need to make informed and impactful decisions during their pregnancy, birth, lactation, and parenting journey when we have strong families. We get strong families, those that are healthy, that are good personal support systems to birthing people when we have strong communities. We get strong communities, those that are teeming with resources, high quality healthcare, high quality transportation, education services, childcare, when we have strong policy. We get strong policy, those population-based decisions that propel us all forward for the good, for what's better for us, when we show up for each other collectively. I would be remiss if I didn't say, because it bears repeating, even though it's been stated in the mayor's remarks, over the last 5 years, we showed up for each other, and the difference that it made. We didn't lose a single mama in this program. That was at a time that more than 110 women died in Nashville from a pregnancy-related or pregnancy-associated death. We got to see some more babies make it to their first birthday. I have been literally choking back tears since I got in this room, because seeing those pictures, that's my daughter's kindergarten kids, right? That's her class that I am looking at. And the kids are a little bit older than her. But that's what that is for me. That's my community. That's my kids' community right there. And we collectively showed up for that. There are great successes that we have achieved through our collective efforts, and I especially want to acknowledge and thank the following people, particularly the Nashville Strong Babies team. They are wearing an assortment of purple scrubs around the room, but I'm going to ask them to stand. I'm going to ask Donna, Crystal, Zuri, Angela Bofa, our nurse manager, yes. Standing, Angela, remain standing. Standing up front, not in purple scrubs, but is Angela Williams, our program manager. And I'm missing her in the room, but our doula services coordinator is Dawn Smith. Dawn? In black, thank you. Anybody who's a parent, you're a grandparent, you're connected to a child, you know that you don't walk alone when it comes to parenting or to being a caregiver of a child. None of these successes, while I do appreciate the wonderful accolades from our leadership in spotlighting the health department, we don't do anything alone. I especially want to thank Mr. Alfonso Harvey at Music City Med and Helped Moms, Miss Joy Weiss. Miss Joy Weiss, I have a list, so we can hold until I get through this list, but I promise I'll be brief. Miss Joy Weiss at Drive Honey, Dr. Kimberly Weiss at Meharry School of Medicine, Miss Marisha Jackson at Metro General Hospital, Miss Kristen Mejia at Homeland Heart Birth and Wellness Collective, Mr. Robert Taylor, the New Life Center for Dads, Miss Morgan Jones, who was an NSB participant and who returned as a contracted doula with our program. I want to thank Senator London Lamar. She's not present today, but she has been a legislative official listening to the lessons that we are learning and introducing legislation at the state level. I want to thank Ms. Shanna Berkeley at Corner to Corner Academy. And last but not least, want to thank our NSB doulas, particularly Ms. Erica Perez and Ms. Janina Wright, John D. Breedlove as well, for their advocacy and support. Please help me acknowledge them. We will formally honor these individuals immediately at the conclusion of today's announcement. You are welcome to stay, but this is really a heartfelt, there will be tears, tissue will be passed. It's going to be that thing that we've been holding in. But you are welcome to stay, but I wanted to make sure that I publicly and verbally announce them and their leadership and their partnership over the last 5 years while all of you were present. How we show up today and every day over the next 5 years will mean We get to have more babies that are born healthy. More moms will experience respectful birth. More families will be celebrating first birthdays, and we'll have 0 maternal deaths. In closing, thank you. In closing, as has been stated, I'm excited to share that this investment means anyone living in Davidson County is eligible for NSB services. This expansion also adds community-based pregnancy and parenting education for anyone interested in learning health and parenting tips. I'm also very excited to announce a new partnership with the American Heart Association. Special thanks to Candace Jones, the Community Impact Director, for selecting Nashville Strong Babies. Yes. It's hot off the presses. For selecting Nashville Strong Babies to receive blood pressure cups and machines to assist families with healthy blood pressure monitoring. We know that cardiovascular disease is a leading cause of pregnancy-related death in Tennessee, particularly for African American women, and nearly 80% of all pregnancy-related deaths in our state are preventable. Partnerships like these get us closer to having a Nashville where no one dies from a pregnancy-related or pregnancy-associated cause. I don't know about you, but the path to Vision Zero for maternal death just became much clearer. Since every baby is a first, and I'm speaking to Nashville parents now, whether this is your first birthday or the first time you're becoming a family of 3 or 4 or 5 or more, you can count on us and this team to see you through your pregnancy and your parenting experience. If you are a father or father figure, you can count on us and our partners to be there to walk with you and to build community with other fathers. So much of our perinatal system focuses on the birthing parent, and so little focuses on the impact of non-birthing parents and caregivers and the impact they have on pregnancy and child development. Finally, if you are a business, community organization, prenatal practice, Mayor O'Connell already said he's supporting this, his administration is supporting this, and we want to work with you. If you're someone who touches families, we want to partner with you. We want to accelerate these gains even faster for more people in Davidson County. Nashville, I'm excited to show up with you. I look forward to sharing our successes and celebrating our community together. Thank you.
Tell them how they can reach you again.
The easiest way to reach us is actually on the web at NashvilleStrongBabies.com. There actually is a form on that website, and thank you to Finn Partners, who are also here in the room. They are our Metro public relations contractor for helping to do our marketing and our design work. I was just reminiscing 5 years ago, we were sitting upstairs on the second floor. All I had was an idea. I knew the feeling that we wanted to communicate, particularly to Nashvillians, particularly to women of color in Nashville, who oftentimes feel fear and anxiety during pregnancy, and especially when we were going into the pandemic. I was one of those women. I knew too much about all the things that could go wrong because of the nature of the work that I do, and quite honestly, statistically, my daughter should not be here, and neither should I. But collectively, you all made sure that we got here, and we're here now, and we're thriving. So NashvilleStrongBabies.com is the best way to reach us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.